What's good, y'all? You know who it is. You know what it is. It's another day, another dollar. Um, I'm not trying to be long today, bro. It's like my fifth time trying to record right now, cause my phone on some bull. But I'm gonna prevail. Don't worry. But today I want to talk about this life a little bit, and just some shit I've been peeping. Feel me? I've been very aware, mainly how I've been feeling and how my reality is. Basically, there's only one reality. Really, there's only one reality. Everyone is just living a different perspective of it. So my perspective of reality is not the same as yours, and vice versa. And it's not supposed to be, because we're not the same. We are the same, but we are not the same. Feel me? We come from the same thing. We are the same thing, but me and you are not. I am not you, and you are not me. So we are not the same in that sense. But yeah, I wanted to talk about how, as a society, as a culture, we are addicted to life. That's one of the conclusions I've came to. We are addicted to life, and that's good. It has its good and its bad. The good comes with bad. For me, it's yin and yang. It's the same. It's not the same, but it's interchangeable. It's bad in the sense that a lot of people are addicted to the ego and just shit that isn't serving us. Like we're addicted to food, we're addicted to technology, we're addicted to pleasure. Those are one of the main: pleasure, technology, entitlement. What's the other word I'm thinking about? Not attention. I wasn't thinking of attention. We're addicted to, it's the ego, but it's pleasure. I think I might have said pleasure. It doesn't matter. It'll come back to me. We are addicted to everything that pleases the ego. And I'm no better. I'm no better. Like the phone. Most 9 times out of 10, the shit that we doing on our phones, it's not really serving us. It's not really giving us anything. If you want to be honest, we aren't really getting anything out of sitting on our phone all day. It depends on what you're doing. I personally like to sit. I be on YouTube all day listening to shit. So I guess you want to say I don't be doing the same shit, but I still do. It's like we're addicted to attention. We're addicted to pleasure. See, when you sitting on your phone all day, all you doing is just we don't realize we literally become what we tune into. We are what we tune into. So it's like I'm sitting on the phone all day. I'm taking in everything that I'm ingesting when I look at the phone. All the drama, the bullshit, depends on what you be on. If you be on some knowledge shit, you like to read on your phone, that's different. That's not what I mean. But I'm talking about social media, games, news, this bullshit that really ain't that important. But it is in this matrix. It is to our ego. So we feel like that shit is necessary for us to know, when in reality it's just causing more blockage in the mind and the brain, and you won't be thinking about shit that's actually important. That's one of the main things about this matrix. That's the whole point. You gotta realize money really isn't money is paper. Money is not the universal currency. Energy is. So energy and your attention basically are the most important. That should be the most important currency to your attention. You know the term pay attention. That's because whatever you tune into, you get out of. Like you're getting, you know what I mean. It's just hard to say that. But what you tune into, you become. So when we don't tune into things and we don't really make time for things that are benefiting us, we turn into these things that don't benefit us, and in turn is actually, I'm not gonna say destroying, but it's destroying, for lack of a better word, because it's turning us more into artificial beings. That's what we gotta understand. We are disconnected from the source. We are addicted to the feeling of pleasure that we get from this matrix. We're addicted to the entitlement. We're addicted to how people view us, how we view ourselves, addicted to the ego. That's really what it is, the ego. A lot of people don't think that, because they're living in the ego, so they don't realize that they're living in their demise, because the ego is not really who you are. It's just a persona, and like the mask you basically built and put on for yourself. So when we live in the ego, we're not really living in our higher selves. We're living in our lower selves, and in turn we're getting these lower benefits of life because we're worried about the wrong things. Like, that's why I don't be on social media. I don't really be on Instagram. I don't consider Snapchat really a social media for me, because there's not really that much media on it besides shit people post. It's not like news and shit unless you watch them stories, but that shit is a waste of time. Even being on the phone is a waste of time if you're not doing nothing productive, because, well, for me at least, I don't like doing the same shit for too long. Like, I can't sit down for too long. I can't stare at the phone for too long. I can't play the game for too long. I can't do a lot of shit for too long, because my awareness of myself now is on a different level to where I start to adjust to the shit that I do. That's where our awareness levels aren't really that high, because our third eyes aren't open for the most part. I'm pretty sure my shit open. It's hard to tell. A lot of that shit is like, I feel like a lot of this spiritual shit is like glorified in a sense too. It's like people don't be realistic. I feel like a lot of people don't be realistic. Like, these life-changing things, it's all personal. Everyone is different. Everyone's journey is completely different from the next person's. And we gotta stop comparing ourselves. That's another thing we're addicted to. We're addicted to the self, I wanna say fulfillment, but at the end of the day, it's like the comfortability of knowing that we're in a place that we would like to be within our egos. Because you got to understand me, because I feel like I'm going to lose some people. I'm going to really lose some people when I talk about this, because it's like this whole world is set up for us to fail. And I mean us as in real people. Everyone's a chosen one. Everyone that's born is a chosen one. It's just what you do with your life that's either gonna make you chosen or you're not. Because if you're doing shit that's not serving you, if you're worried about shit that's really not important, then you're not really doing anything. And everyone's importance is different, because everyone has a different perspective on life. what I deem important, it's not gonna be what you deem important because I'm not like nobody. That's what this matrix got us twisted, because it's like we find things that really aren't shit to be the shit. Like, it's like everyone want to get that clout, want to get that from me, that recognition. That's what it is. That positive recognition from other people, so we can feel validated, so we can feel fulfilled, when all it takes is your own validation to fulfill yourself. So people don't realize. It's like this culture is like, they set up I'm not gonna say impossible, because everything is possible. It's just based on your viewpoint. It's like they set the standards for living and for success and everything that we deem important to be like, I'm not gonna say impossible, but an impossible standard. Like, we addicted to the culture, to the life. It's like everyone wanna get money. Everyone wanna get cars, wanna get hoes, wanna get this, wanna get that. We're living in the want, because the ego is gonna tell you that you think you want certain shit when you really don't need them. Like, you're gonna want it. It's there for you to want, for you to take, because that's what it is. They don't put shit out there. No one makes you do nothing. This matrix is not for you to do shit. They're gonna put you in a position to where you're gonna question whether you should do something or not, and then when you cave in and do it, that's exactly what they wanted you to do. It's like coming out. It's like we addicted. You feel me? I'm gonna say addicted because this is just how I'm thinking in my mind. It's like every year they come up with a new iPhone, right? For the most part, every year. Nobody needs a new phone every year. But we're programmed to think that if we don't have the new phone, we don't have the new shit, that I guess I don't even know. It depends on what you feel like in yourself, but it's like, maybe you just don't got it. Like, you not in the right position where you should be, because you don't have this, you don't have that. Everything is a comparison. Everyone's living their own life. Stop comparing yourself to the next person. You know what they did to get where they at. I know a lot of people seen that the one race video. Like, I don't mean race as in like ethnicity. I mean race as in like actual running. So where they lined up, it was mad people, and he started saying stuff, and it was like, if this applies to you, you take a step forward, and everyone's running the same race. But if this applies to you, like you had two parents in the household, shit like that. I know a lot of people seen it. It was pretty big. It's like that. Stop comparing yourself to the next person and the next person, because you don't know what that person did or what got them into the position that they are in. A lot of these people are not thorough. Everyone looking up to somebody else, they not thorough. What's up? I don't know what that nigga wanted. But you gotta realize you the most thorough person ever, because nobody is you. So you gotta be thorough for yourself. You trying to be like everyone else. That's like, you trying to be like somebody else is like, it's like God trying to be like a slave. Because God knows his ultimate power, or the ultimate power. Because I'm not going to give God a title, a name. I'm going to just say God. he's not gonna compare himself to anyone else because I just say he. It doesn't matter. Because he knows his worth. He knows his position. Okay? You gotta know your position. Everyone's running a different race. So if you're not where you wanna be, just keep going. I know I'm going all over the place, but y'all ain't hear you ain't hear me talking in a minute, so I'm gonna just get a lot of shit that I've been thinking about out. Oh yeah. Lower your expectations for people. Lower your expectations for others. That's the same thing. I just had to say it in a different way because for y'all to really understand that. Lower your expectations for everyone else and raise them for yourself. Stop expecting God-like things out of people that aren't on God's level. And I don't mean that literally, but I mean that like metaphorically. So like I'm gonna go to loyalty because this is kind of like the main thing I can relate to. Not relate to, but it's like if somebody, you expect something out of a certain person, right? Because of based on the position that y'all have, the relationship that y'all have, right? But you don't know that if they were in your position, you might not know that they wouldn't rely on you because they probably don't even think of you in the same way that you think of them. It's like you expect some. All right, say you're a NASCAR driver, right? NASCARs, they go like 200 miles per hour, right? I don't really know, but this is just an example. You a NASCAR driver, you know what you can do, but you get hurt, right? You can't drive. But you need to run that race. That car gotta be on that track to run that race. The only person that you can put in your position that you can have drive that car, let's say it's your best friend, and they ain't never ever drove a race car before in their life. Okay? In their life, they never did it. You're not going to expect them to go run that race like you would as a professional, right or wrong. So don't expect people that are not you, that do not think the same way that you do, to do things that you would do. Because I be thinking, because people be in certain positions and I'll be like, all right, damn. And then they elaborate on what they did in that position. And it's like, what would make you do that? Or I would not do something like that. See, that's when you setting intentions and setting expectations for other people, because it's mainly the people that you care about, that's how you're going to not get let down as much. It's not about not caring because you want to care, because someone who doesn't care, it's like you don't have no emotions. If you don't care about nothing, how are you really like a person? That doesn't make you a person if you don't care. And it's like the more you raise your expectations for everyone, the more you're gonna get let down. You expected this from this person. That's what I learned. Like, you learn to let go of things more and easier when you lower your expectations. See, when I look back at certain shit, it's like Like, I did not expect them to do that shit. Like, I don't know what the fuck was going through their mind when they did that. But at that time, you didn't expect that person to do that, right? If someone do you wrong, if someone backstab you, if someone just completely fuck up a certain situation between y'all, and it's just like, I had no clue. I didn't even expect you to do that. It's like, you had those high expectations because you thought that that person was on that level that you thought they were, but in reality they weren't. But that shows more about them than it does about you. Because when you have your expectations lowered, you won't get let down. But also, it's better for you because when you lower your expectations for people and they exceed them, then they just prove as to why they should be important to you, right? So, I feel like that's self-explanatory. And it's like, you can't expect results for something that you're not putting the work in for. Like, I was talking about addiction and how we are addicted to life and the lifestyles that we live. And it's like, if you're not addicted to your lifestyle, that's supposed to benefit you, because every day you want to move further and further into what you want to be and what you want to do. Especially right now, because it just don't feel like no better time to do what you feel like you should be doing for you, because everybody different. I'm not going to be doing the same shit that you're doing, and vice versa. And you should not be trying to do what I'm doing, because I'm not you and you're not me, so it shouldn't really matter. But it's like, when you feel so passionate about something, you feel so deeply for it, you have to be addicted to it. That's where that good addiction comes from, because it's like, I'm addicted to the feeling, like I'm addicted to the outcome of that, because I know that it's beneficial to me. Like, I like doing these videos because it's a way for me to, I'm not gonna say rant, because I don't really be going through shit, but it's like, I be thinking about a lot of shit. I feel like I have a good mind, so it's like, I can get out my certain thoughts and ideas when I record. So it's like, yeah, I liked it, and I need to keep it up, because the more I do it, the more it's going to become a part of my lifestyle. Then, therefore, I'm going to become, I'm not going to say addicted to it, but it's going to become a regular habit. It's going to build habits, and we are addicted to our habits. That's a better way to say it. Because if you go on your phone for 5 hours a day on a daily basis, that's an addiction. You're addicted to that. You're addicted to that. You're addicted to the feeling of likes on Instagram, new followers. That's why I hate when I go on social media and I see people post something and then I click off of it, right? Go back onto it maybe a couple hours later, hour later, and I see the same shit. And it's like, but the time is different. What goes through people's mind when they post shit and then delete it and repost the same shit? Like, people not gonna see it a second time. I don't get that at all. I don't understand that. People won't see it when they see it. That's that recognition. People wanna feel, people feel validated by the what is the fucking word? They gotta work with me, because I ain't been on this shit in a minute, so it's like I'm all over the place. But then again, I feel like it's good. It's like, I don't know, we're looking for that outside validation. So it's like, if I don't get a certain amount of if I don't get a certain amount of what's the word I'm thinking of? That's something busting. If I don't get a certain amount of recognition, positive recognition, as in if I post something and people like it, a lot of people like it fast, then I don't feel worthy. It's like people don't feel worthy. They don't feel good enough unless they have the recognition from other people. And then at the same time, that's not good for you, because you don't really feel good about yourself. That's where we gotta be honest. When people are chasing outside worth and recognition from other people, they don't feel worthy of themselves. That's where a lot of people gotta look inside and do that inner work, because a lot of the shit that we go through is avoidable based on the way we move, the way we think. Because if you just don't put yourself in certain positions, then you won't have them certain outcomes. Yeah. Simple as that. This was long. Feel me? Time just going by. I'm just vibing. I'm gonna start coming at y'all on a daily basis again with these videos. I'm not really doing this shit. I do this shit because I like it, because I enjoy it, and I also like the feedback that I get from the people that do tune in, and I appreciate and I respect that, and I love that. But yeah, I'm gonna keep it up. Gotta keep pushing on my journey. I'll keep doing what I'm doing, and yeah, I'm gonna see y'all. Y'all be safe. One love. Stay tuned. Keep going with things. Do that inner work. Build that awareness. Decalcify that third eye. One love.